Hello and welcome to Critical Free. I'm
I'm
Josh.
Tyler.
Welcome.
That was a nice welcome.
WandaVision. WandaVision. WandaVision.
One division going down.
Take
Take
two.
two. Yeah, we messed up the first one. So continuing the series.
You said we, mate. Hey. I did my job.
Damn. Continuing the series with One Division, we're going to do this episode a little bit differently. As Josh come up with great ideas. We are 3 episodes behind on this one.
Behind the times. We need to discuss it.
Yes, we're going to do 7 and 8 in this episode.
All in one.
So you're getting double the Wanda and double the Vision.
And double the Tyler and Josh.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
That's it. Yeah, so kind of going off the amazing Halloween episode that me and Josh both really liked. I didn't like this one. Like I said, I didn't like it.
Right, okay.
Like I said, it was a total U-turn. As you mentioned that it was more like Modern Family sitcom.
Yeah. And you don't like Modern Family, do you, mate?
Yeah, it's not my kind of thing. It's just. I'd rather watch The Office.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you've already seen The Office, then go and watch something else, mate.
Look, I'm not going to even talk about The Office. We're on One Division. So yeah, it's.
I'm watching The Office now. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Nice.
Right, anyway, yeah, One Division.
How far are you in?
Season 2.
Good, isn't it?
Like late on episodes, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Not as good as the UK one. No, I'm joking. It's just as good.
Mate, the Pam and Jim will they won't the storyline's great.
You know, if you say the American one is better than the UK one,
I've not watched the UK one, so I can't say.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. What are you doing?
Mate, I watched the first.
That's like going. Oh, I haven't watched it originally in between us, but the American one's great.
Well, yeah, it might be. What's wrong with that? I'm not saying it is. I can't stand the American one, but if I've watched only one version of it, and I thought, oh, that was great. I really enjoyed that.
So surely you rather than re-watching The Office, which I know you bloody well doing, go and watch the English one.
I watched
with Ricky
the
Gervais.
first episode, and it's just too cringer. It's too hard to watch.
Exactly, that's the point. It's jokes. It's like cringy humour. It's so
too
funny.
hard to watch. So yeah, One Division. We will get through this.
Why did you hold on? Whoa, just before you go into it, right? I want to. You look so fed up. Literally, you did like a cry of help to the camera there. You went, "We will get through this." It's so funny. Sorry. Just rewind that, people, because that was funny. All right, go on.
No, you wanted to ask me. You interrupted me.
Yeah, that was my point. I made my point.
Oh my god! I'm not doing the take 3.
You are losing the plot, mate. You have lost the plot.
You're the one that's interrupted me. I'm trying to push this One Division.
I'm trying to bring the comedy.
You funny guy. Right. So yeah, One Division.
Oh yeah. Just before you go on to One Division, no, I'm joking.
So One Division.
I'm getting you back for doing the hello thing on the last intro, mate.
Hello thing.
Where you kept interrupting me whilst I was trying to do the intro with hello. I'm getting you back. But yeah, One Division. So yeah, episode 7.
Yeah.
And 8 in this. Episode 7, as you say, is after the Halloween episode. And obviously that one we end on a big
What is going on here? Big.
That was good.
That was very MC. Yeah. No, MCU. Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost my words then. Yeah, so very marvelly, very It was good. It was enjoyable. There was a lot that happened in it, should I say. It felt more like the traditional Marvel. Like if it was a film, it felt a bit like that. You had great references, and it was really enjoyable. And then, boom, getting to the next episode. Wanda seems to be absolutely losing the marbles. Nearly swore then. She's losing control, which is what I mentioned earlier in the episode. You're going to get the sense that she's losing it. Obviously, things start kind of...
Like you, mate.
Things kind of start like changing back to how they looked in previous episodes. But it's weird. It's like, I don't know if this is kind of like a filler episode or it just struggled to kind of go anywhere. I don't know. It went. It just didn't do anything. Really, it's like I could have easily gone from the Halloween one, probably to the episode 8, and
you probably could have had episode 8 and 7 in the same one in a way.
That would have made it better.
What is happening is like the pacing's kind of slowed down a lot, whereas before there was like quite a bit happening in the episodes. Now, the first 2, there was hardly anything happened. They were just kind of setting the scene, all right? Then you went to like loads of stuff happening, loads of little things. And now you've kind of, this episode in particular, you've gone back to it kind of being stretched out, the drama that's happening, and not really too much happening that you have to intake, I feel.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what you said there. They should have done this, because this episode 7 and 8, is like part 1, part 2. But really, they should have made it an 8-episode series and just say, well, for the last 2 episodes, we're going to make them extra, longer. And then that way, you would have gone, okay, well, you went off on Halloween, went a bit slow, and then, obviously, because we're double barreling this, we already know, we've watched episode 8, we know how that ends. You could have kind of gone from, whoa, that was really good, still keeping up with that momentum, with that great ending from the Halloween one, to then to your final episode.
Yeah.
This one kind of ends, but it's like, well, we're going to tell you how it ends. If you've not watched it, I don't know what the hell you're doing. But it ends as to go, oh, it was, Agnes all along. And then you kind of like, and then it goes back showing all the previous stuff. And it's like, well, it kind of feels that you're going backwards than you're going forward. If that makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, she did kill the dog. Which we knew, like, I think this point, we knew that there was something about this character, and I think by the time that they revealed it, was like, we knew.
And my theory is, so far, that we haven't seen a reveal of, to say that they've, released out, just going over to episode 8 really with this point, to say that they haven't released, they've released out that it was Agnes all along, we still haven't met Ray.
No, that was. Do you know? I knew you was going to mention him. Yeah. So yeah, do you know what? We'll go straight to episode 8 because there isn't really too much to talk about in episode 7. It really is filler, leading for the big reveal. It was Agnes, and now you're gonna learn about the character, and you're gonna learn what happens and why she's intervening with Wanda and Vision. So episode 8.
Like I say, I feel like we can hop back and forth if we need to because they could have, been one episode. So
yeah, no, I totally agree. So obviously you go on. It starts off. Actually, is it this episode? I'm a bit concerned now. Is it this episode or episode 10 where you see?
It wasn't an episode 10, so that's good.
Episode 9 where she's.
Episode 8 is where she goes into the basement, and she starts off in the basement, doesn't she? Tries to use the magic, but there's those magic stoppers.
Right, okay, yeah. So I was thinking of episode 9. So obviously episode 8, they kind of go through all the important moments of Wanda's life as to try and find out where she got these powers from. And I thought that was a really good. Again, it's a filler. It's more of an explanation episode, like the one you got previously in the series, where they take you to the army base and you just have an episode out of there where they explains what's been happening. But this is more explaining Wanda and everything else.
What's good is they took the time to do a full episode of explanation rather than it just being, verbally and then flashbacks to it,
Yeah.
because that could have easily been done. Do you know what I mean? It could have just been, Wanda going, oh, when I was a kid, I did this, and then it flashbacked and did like a quick 1 minute scene,
Yeah.
and then come back, and then you move on to the next point. But this was like, it really took the time to kind of set it up and really delve into it, which is nice.
And obviously you see, it goes back to when she was a kid, and you see that her dad. I'm not sure if he sells DVDs or something like that, but he has a DVD collection of all these American sitcoms, and this is why what's been playing out is because it's from her memory, it's from her love of these particular ones, and it also explains as well, it helps to explain why she loves Vision, because she grew up watching obviously the Vic Van Dyke show about a married couple, and that they're so in love with each other, and that they use that to kind of emphasize how she feels about Vision as well, and that she's doing this because she can't be, since a kid she's wanted nothing else but this, and to be with Vision. So it's a great explanation and look at that and why what is going on.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. It's really insightful. This episode, a lot of stuff. And then obviously the next one is you go into the chamber where she was kept, if you like, or she was experimented on.
Which again, it's a great scene, because it links obviously Vision with the Mind Stone, because obviously that's where Vision's from, and then obviously you actually see the first kind of glimpse of the costume of Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Which again, it's like I said, it's all building up at this point. It's all like I don't know if it's showing that Wanda's getting more powerful, or it's referring a bit to the comics, I think, at this point, in the sense, especially with the was it like an outline of Scarlet Witch, or she saw something, didn't she?
Yeah, you saw like the antennae things that she has.
Yeah.
Don't know what else to call them.
A helmet.
Little ant antennae and stuff.
A hairband.
Yeah, a hairband or whatever. A head brace.
Yeah, that could be a good thing.
Keep your head safe from that.
I don't know if I didn't get the feeling that Agnes was there to. I didn't get the feeling that she was like a top villain at this one until the end of the episode.
I suppose you kind of did, because she stopped her using a magic, didn't she? Right at the beginning, and was like, I'm in control of you now, almost. And that I want to discover your past so I can learn where you got your powers from, and then I can, try and get the powers myself. It was kind of, I feel like the meaning of what she was doing to her.
Yeah, so it's weird because and I think this is why I kind of like Agnes as the villain, is the fact that she's one of those where she will manipulate. She's a villain that will manipulate and do stuff, but to get what she wants and to get this power, but you never got the feeling at any point was she seriously going to hurt Wanda. Where normally villains like, I'm going to kill you.
Gonna kill it, yeah, true.
And I think that's what kind of made her a little bit different, and that I respected her in a sense as the villain. It wasn't right, I'm going to destroy you. She was like, give me what I want, and I'll leave you alone. I'll let you have what you've been having for the past few weeks.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's interesting. It was definitely interesting. I just learned a lot about Wanda as a character, which is kind of what you wanted from this episode, I guess, wasn't it? You wanted to, you go into this knowing it's Wanda Vision and it's about Wanda, and you expect to kind of get a explanation of, more into her life before, and where she's come from and what she's been through and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and I thought that was quite good as well, where they actually go back to the the Avengers kind of hangout. Because that's one thing you never think about is when they go to their room, when Iron Man and the Hulk and Thor and whatnot all go to their kind of bedroom for their quiet downtime. I know it's a bit weird, but it was just a good another way of looking at kind of what she did.
I suppose you had that one bit, didn't you, in one of the films where they're all they're all bantering over trying to lift Thor's hammer up.
Yeah, but again, that's
Remember that?
all, yeah, I do remember that. That's all of them together. Do you know what I mean?
Together.
It's like,
yeah, okay.
Why would you film Iron Man going into his room reading a book? Put on his slippers, put a book. You know what I mean? It's like I'm sure they must do it, but it was just something you don't see, and it was a good way of looking at it. It still kind of added the fact that like a day or two after the Vision had died, after Thanos did it, wasn't it? If I remember correctly.
What
when they go where they see her in the room, or was it after the Age of Ultron battle? I can't remember. It's after.
Yeah, it was one of the two. It was after. It was after Petro died, wasn't it?
And he was after one of them.
Yeah, and he's kind of comforting. That word, comforting her. Yeah, for to say, oh, it's all right. You love and you lose and that. But
you love and you lose and that. Sweet talk of vision, isn't it?
But and then he's kind of applied to himself as well, in the sense that he doesn't even know at that point that he's gonna apply to himself in the not too distant future.
Yeah, and it's good, and it as well. It like the good thing about this episode, because like I said, it really is kind of like a lesson and teaching the audience about Wanda. It is Wanda's episode. That, like, how many deaths and tragedies does she have to go through and still remain sane? You've got a parent, you've got a brother, you've got Vision, and she's such an outcast. And you get the sense that she also feels like, compared to the others, Thor and Iron Man, and she's there for them and they're friends, but they're not friends. Do you know what I mean? It's not like
well, she was introduced as a bad guy.
Yeah, and that's the kind of the question is how more can she keep going before she just go, because
she reverts back to
because like I said again, it's depending on how far Marvel and Disney go with the comics. There is a storyline where she goes up against the Avengers and she ends up destroying a lot of them.
Right.
And like I said, would that be the next Avengers film? Would she end up losing it? And like I said, they say that this series is supposed to be linked with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, so we don't know.
And that's what I'm excited for, mate. There's so much good content coming to Marvel. Oh, praise to God.
Liam, you're gonna love the new Spider-Man film, because Spider-Man Far From Home was amazing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, cool. All right, that's good. Happy with that?
Yeah, I liked it. Obviously,
did you feel like you covered everything?
Yeah.
You wanted to?
I think that was good. Yeah, guys, let us know what you thought of episodes 7 and 8. Should it have just been one long episode and had your last two as an hour feature on? I think that would have made more sense. But yeah, leave a comment below, hit that like button, and most of all, share the video and subscribe.
Subscribe so Tyler don't go insane, because he's easily said.
Yeah, please help me. Bye.
That was bad. Dude, you did it again. Oh man. Oh, okay. Hello, and welcome to Critical Fit. Now Stop it, man. Stop it mucking about.
You're the one that's good.